Welcome everyone to another One Up morning run. This is Puzzle 801. That's a free pack, Android or iPhone. I want to go ahead and get started because this is a harder one and a little bit long. Usually I give people time to fast forward past the assessment, but the assessment's important today, so we're just going to go through it. I divide this up into quarters. This is our empty quarter. It'll be done last. Our active stuff is up here, so we're probably going to do the north first. But we notice really quickly there are only 2 full avenues in each directions. That makes a matrix of 4 possible squares for the 8 normally, but there's no 1/7 segments. So there's the same number of 7s and they overlap. So now we have 4 squares for 2 7s and 1 8, which means that they resolve the 8 in place. Likewise, we only have 2 additional 2 6s in each direction. That means we have 4 6s. Seems like a lot, but on the rows and columns where we already have an 8 and 7, they should have 1 or 2 places at most. And so here and here, 2 places. Here and here, 2 places. Switch and look vertical, and you'll find there's only 1 place for a 6 in column 5, and that limits the 1 in column 3. Those are a good start. The 2s look like a lot of them play, and some of them might, but we need to get further. So let's just get started. We're going to start with this baseline, partial baseline in row 1, and we're going to do this row by row, just with what we know, so we don't miss anything jumping around. Just row by row, what we know until we can pivot and do some real solving. And see what we got here. That's got to be a 1. This one here has to be a 2. There's a 1. There's a 2. We know that's a 2. We know that's a 1. And we're at a point where you're not going to find much more until you pivot. Because this is the one we're going to need to get next. So let's go ahead and look up and down column 3, because it's got the most good restrictions, and it's one of our main avenues. 1 and 2 are both taken up there. So 1 and 2 had to be in the bottom half. 2's already taken. So we already know all that. Leaves us to 3 and 5, but that's all right. Over here, we know this 2 has to be here. So we also have that. This has to be a 3. This has to be a 1. This has to be a 4. We're doing these in parallel because they solve that way. Great. So we're left with this has to be a 5 or a 6, making that a 6 and that's a 5. That is a 3 and that's a 4. And I don't want you to get distracted because we're having some fun playing right now. We need to go back and do something. This can't be a 5, but there. So that's a 1 and 3, and that's a 1 and 3. Now, if you remember, 6s were limited to 4, and we have 3. So we're missing 1 6, and the last 6 we have to place is right there. So now we have all the 6s. That's probably useful. Does that restrict anything here? Sure, it does a 5. It leaves us to 1, 3, and 4, which is fine. We'll let that be. This has a 1 and 3 in it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So 2s are there, or 2s are there. It can't be a 4, can't be a 4. It has to be a 4. And that's a 1, 3, and that's a 1, 3. That has to be a 2. If that's a 2, that's her last 2. That's a 1. That's a 3. That's a 1. That's a 3. That's a 1. This is a 4. This is a 3. 1, 2, 3. We need a 4. And we need a 5. These need 1 and 3. Let's see. 1, 3. 1, 4. 3, 5. Oh, this one's done. So there we go. And that's a 1. And that's a 5. And that's a 3. That's a 1. And that's a 3. Makes that a 1. And that a 4. And that's a 3. Not a bad solve once you get started, but it is difficult in that it doesn't solve like most one-up puzzles. You can't just write down a bunch of digits and notes and get there. And you can't just ignore the fact that the high digits play. Working out the rare digits, the 8s, the 7s, then the 2s and the 6s, and then the 5s, ends up being the valid way to solve the puzzle. Hope this helps you all. I'm getting ready for the harder puzzles on Saturday and Sunday. And I'll see you again later for a quick afternoon run. Thanks again. If you stayed this long, like, comment, subscribe. Show me a little love. I do appreciate it. Talk to you later. Bye.